What is good, YouTube? It's your boy MrPower, and I'm back with another video. And I want to say shout out to Mark Dark for dropping this season 3 episode 3 trailer. I was looking for this all over the internet, and he was the only person that really had it out in decent quality. So hopefully you guys have already seen episode 2, and let's break down this trailer, see what's popping.
I'm gonna need you to carry that with you wherever you go. They come for one of us, they come for all of us.
I am dead in here without your help.
Streets is a little heated right now.
Egan is still out there. I've never taken my eyes off of him.
Tell me in. You getting ready to go to war or what? But I can't use you no more. You done. I don't just trim family trees. I cut them all the way to the ground.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. This season is getting hot and spicy, right? First thing we see is Tommy coming back to the crib. Maria's waiting for him, and he hands her a gun. He hands her a weapon. And honestly, he should have been done this. You know what I mean? And I think this comes after the aftermath of that shootout they had with the Marquez cartel and Maria almost possibly getting hit. I think Tommy's a little worried now that, you know, he can't really protect her the way he thinks he can. So he gives her a gun to protect herself. And you know how it is in these shows. Like, if you give somebody a gun, they're going to have to use it eventually, right? That's just how it goes. So I think they're setting up that plot storyline for something pretty big to happen there, right? And he's saying, like, yo, you gotta shoot it. Don't hesitate to do what you need to do. We see this first image with Tommy, right? And Diamond is behind him, and he's kind of looking over like, I don't trust you. And I told you guys already that relationship between Diamond and Tommy has been brewing to kind of burn and just self-destruct in and of itself, right? We know Jannard and Shanti are playing heavily into that and trying to break them up and trying to break up this whole CBI coalition and essentially just kind of take it over. So Tommy, being the character that he is, being extremely intelligent now, he has his head on a swivel. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't really trust Diamond anymore. I don't think he ever really trusted Diamond because of the way that he treated Diamond and the way that he moved in terms of their partnership and their business. I just feel like things are heating up very quickly, right? Then we see Vic. I think we see Vic here holding a weapon, pointing a gun at somebody. Let me find that. But then we also hear Tommy saying, like, you come for one of us, you come for all of us. So I'm curious as to who he's speaking about, and he's probably talking about CBI. He may be talking to someone from the Marquez cartel. It looks like they were in Diamond's basement or his barbershop. So Tommy, you know, Tommy don't play. He's very straightforward about his business and how he wants to move. So whoever this person he's talking to, they better be ready to go, right? Then you see Vic pointing a gun at someone. If I were to take a guess, I would guess that this is the person that Claudia is messing with, that one chick that be running the clubs and stuff, because that does kind of look like Claudia's spot. So who else would be there other than her girlfriend? So I think Vic is pulling up on this girl, maybe trying to get a message to his sister and things of that nature. I think, you know, and Vic is in a very dangerous position because he has nothing really to lose. Like, if he doesn't do what Stacy Mark said, he's gonna go to jail and get locked up. And if he doesn't do what Tommy says, he's gonna get murked. So he's really in a position of desperation, and that's going to bring out some of the best scenes from him and his character. And I believe Gary Lennon said, like, he had a phenomenal performance in this season. So far, he's been solid. So we're going to see where that takes us, right? We see Maria kind of holding the gun almost as if she's enjoying it, as if she's salivating, pulling the trigger. And it seems like she's been infatuated with this lifestyle now, right? Remember when she first met Tommy, she made it very clear, like, I don't want to mess with you because you do business with my brother and you're in the game. And I don't want any part of that life. I got a job and all of that stuff. We ain't seen Maria work since last season. Remember, she was a nurse or whatever, so I don't know if she's still in that job, still pursuing her own life and her own career. I really hope that she's not just like sitting around being Tommy's lapdog, because that would really take away from who the character was when we first were introduced to her, and we want her to be her own person, to have her own personality. Then we see Claudia, and it looks like she's going to have some problems while she's locked up, right? She's gonna have some problems in jail. You know how it is when you locked up, right? Like, people are gonna try to test you to see how you built. But I think Claudia's gonna be fine, because for now she has the protection of the Marquez cartel, and she's gonna solidify her position out there in the prison. Like, I don't think anyone's really gonna try to fuck with her like that once they realize that she's not going for no bullshit. So Claudia's definitely gonna be making moves in prison, and maybe she might be doing some business out there too. So it's gonna be intriguing to see how she navigates that, right? Then we see Diamond, and he looks like he's uncovering a body, and he almost looked like kind of shook when he seen it. He kind of turned his face away, if I can get that scene, and he's like, ooh, like, who is this? So could it be someone that Diamond knows? Could it be someone that was in CBI? Could it be a body that's been left there for a minute and nobody just knew about it? It's very interesting, right? And Diamond's character, I think, he's having more depth this season. He's showing a little bit more emotion. I don't know if that's because of the writing or the character played by Isaac Keys, but he's doing a much better job in season 2, I think, than he has in the previous seasons. I definitely feel like he's elevating a lot. Now we see Tommy and Maria again, and let's just be real, they look way too happy. I'm just being honest with y'all. I feel like something bad about to happen. They look way too happy this season so far. You know, the whole Miguel storyline was resolved pretty quickly. Miguel let her go, and kind of agreed to let her be with Tommy, even though he really doesn't have a choice, because they're gonna do what the fuck they want anyway. They're two grown ass people. But it just seems like things are going too well for Tommy and Maria right now. And I think something is going to affect that, right? I know we talked about the pregnancy possibly happening. And then we have Stacey Marks here. And, she's still on her campaign for mayor. She's still trying to kind of make things happen. We know the last episode, she was served by your boy Bobby DeFranco for divorce. And he pretty much asked her, like, yo, do you want to be with me so you can get this mayor campaign right? Or do you want to be with me because you genuinely fuck with me? And she didn't even answer. So that kind of tells you all you need to know. Stacey Marks is only and in for herself. She's a career driven woman person, and she's not going to rest until she gets Tommy and gets what she wants, right? Then we see Diamond again here. I believe he has a scene with Jannard, and they're plotting, they're talking, they're trying to figure out what they want to do as far as CBI, and they're probably talking about Tommy and some of the bullshit that he's been doing in these last few episodes, and it's just going to be interesting. Now then we see D-Mac here, and he is strapped up with Marshall and some other people. I know they're not about to go on another mission after the shit they just did last episode with the robbing the gambling spot. I mean, D-Mac just don't give a fuck, bro. And that's why his character's arc is so interesting, because like he just keeps doing dumb shit over and over and over. And I think he's honestly worse than Tariq. I think he's way worse than Tariq, because Tariq was at least like, Tariq was moving a lot smarter than D-Mac, bro. Like, and he knew what he couldn't do, and he knew how to not make certain decisions and when not to do certain things. D-Mac just is a street crash out, and he thinks because he grew up in a life that means that like he can just get away with whatever he wants. And this is Chicago, man. You can't be doing that. We have Diamond and Jannard also strapping up. They got the guns. It looks like they're gearing up for a war as well. I'm guessing this has something to do with the Marquez cartel. That's been a pretty big storyline early on in this season with their war with CBI, Tommy. So they've been trying to get rid of them, and obviously Claudia is a part of that, because she did send the Marquez cartel after Tommy and Shanti in that first episode. They obviously failed, and then they double back in episode 2 and try to get Tommy, CBI, Maria, like everybody all in one. So it's going to be very interesting how they do that. And Tommy's telling Vic, I don't need you anymore. Like, I can't use you anymore. And we kind of saw this coming, bro. Like, you can't use Vic. He's a rat. and when I said this, people were like, oh, like Tommy could use him. I'm like, no. He can't use him because he's a rat. Like, he's an informant. He was already trying to rat and get rid of Tommy to save his own ass. So the idea that you can use him as a double agent is very flawed. I don't think he can trust Vic at all. And he's telling him like, yo, we done. I can't use you. Now, we also see D-Mac again with Marshall. They strapped up, ready to go on their little mission. And I just feel like this is going to go wrong. I feel like either Marshall is going to get killed or he's going to get seriously hurt, because he keeps doing these missions. He keeps linking up with D-Mac. And D-Mac is continuously putting him in a bad position, because we know all that stuff he's done, right? He's killed a cop. He's killed King Kilo's nephew, Mad Dog. He just robbed the gambling spot. Like, he's doing way too much. Like, even Tariq wasn't wilding like this. So I think it's gonna cause a lot of issues, and you know, there's gonna be more explosions, more fights, more battles, right? This is one thing about Power Book Force, like, they explode a lot of shit. That's one thing that I've noticed. Like, they explode a lot of stuff, and they've been doing that since like the first season of the show and second season of the show, and I'm pretty sure they're going to continue to do that moving forward past episode 3. So you guys just stay tuned. We know Tommy's going to have a scene with some people, and he's going to let them know, like, yo, you're either gonna fall in line or you're gonna fall the fuck out. Tommy Egan don't play. So I'm very interested to see what season 3 is gonna hold. I think it's gonna be even more action, even more drama, even more storylines, even more betrayals coming, and I really like what I'm seeing so far from this season. You guys let me know what you guys think. As always, follow me on all platforms at MrPower Universe, outside of Facebook, because your boy has been hacked. And stay tuned. Join the Patreon for more exclusive content, and I will catch you guys on the next one.